This is the cute little box we're gonna make today. And I've used the beautiful paper, very delightful designer series paper. So to make this, we need a piece of white or a basic white cardstock. And this is 4 1/4 by 11 1/2, and it's scored at 5 3/4. That would be the middle. So it's scored right there. We also need a piece of designer series paper, and this paper is 11 1/4 by 4. And this is scored at 5 5/8. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this to the top of our Whisper White, or our basic white piece. Give that a good fold. And then this is our middle fold here. I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue and I'm going to go around all of the edges, the whole length of this baby here. And you just need like a thin line of this. You don't need very much. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay this face down, matching up the centers here, or where my score mark is. Okay, that looks about right. And yes, that will fold in half. I'm going to move this over just a little bit there, like that. All right, so you could go ahead and you could just stamp on your cardstock, the white cardstock, if you didn't want to use the designer series paper. It does make it heavier and a little heavier to score, do the scoring and folding, but it works out fine. So I'm bringing in the paper trimmer, and the trimmer has 2 blades on it. It has a scoring blade that's gray, and it also has a cutting blade, and we're going to use the scoring blade. First thing I'm going to do is come in and mark the center on each end at 2 1/8. I'll line that up there, and I'm just going to take a pencil and mark it on the inside, because no one probably is going to see much of the inside. I could erase it also. So I want to mark right here is 2 1/8. That's my center. I'm going to flip it to the other side and do the same thing. Measure 2 1/8. Just with a light mark. Now it's easier for me to see it and score on this side. So what you want to do is I'm going to line up this. That is our center, and I want to come down to the crease in the middle. Let me move this up so you can see it. Okay, so I'm lining up my center right here at the top. I'm going to find the end of my score mark, which is right here, and I'm going to move that over to the center. So I've got this in the center of the cutting where the blade cuts, and I've got it at the center at the top, and I'm not going to cut it, I'm going to score it. So that's the gray one. I'm going to go like that and give that a good score. I'm going to turn it to this side and do the same thing. Line up the center mark at the top of the cutting where we do the cutting, and I'm lining up my mark down here. This is my center score line, and I'm going to cut like that, or excuse me, I'm going to score like that. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the score marks. There's one going this way and there's one going that way. I'm going to flip it around and do this end. So we need one on each side. Like that. And we'll do the other side. Flip it this way. Here we go. Put that down. And so I've got the same thing. It looks like a pyramid. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in. Let me move this out of here. We're going to fold this in like this. And I'll grab my own folder, and because it's designer series paper, I don't want to press really hard. I don't want to rip it or scrape it. We're going to go like that. And we're going to do this end also. Hold in on the score line. And go ahead and press that down. And also right here, we're going to fold in on this score line. Like so. Okay, so we have our shape starting. You can see it looks like this. Now I'm going to take my tear and tape, and we want to bring our sides up like this. We're going to leave one side open. We'll bring our side up like this, and I'm going to put tear and tape on the inside of this piece here. Tear and tape has a very strong hold. It's a great adhesive, and you just tear off how much you need. And I'm going to go right along here like this. Tear it off. I'm going to take my Take-A-Pick tool and just pull this white paper up. Like that. Now I'm going to bring this up like so. And I'm going to pull this in as far as I can along the edge and press that down and adhere that edge like that. Okay, now here comes the goodie part. I'm going to fill this with some Hershey's chocolate hearts. These actually are chocolate strawberry. You could put anything in here. Whoops, there goes one on the floor. We'll put 5 of these in here, but you can see there's quite a bit of room. It can hold more than that. All right, and the same thing, I'm going to bring in my tear and tape and put on this edge here. And you could do more than one piece just to make sure it holds good. Bring in my Take-A-Pick tool and just lift up the end of the white strip without lifting up the glue. And there we go. And we're going to fold this up onto this like that. Okay, so we have our cool holder. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a punch and punch 2 holes to run ribbon through in the top to hold that together. And this looks like a 1/4 inch punch. So I'm eyeballing it. I could mark it. Okay, and I want it about in the center. You need to press pretty hard because you're going through 2 pieces of cardstock. And then across from that, I'm going to go in this side. Actually, this will be better. And just see how far down that is. That goes down below the DSP a little bit. And press like that. So now I want to weave some ribbon through there or baker's twine, something to hold it. And I love our dotted tulle, polka dot tulle ribbon. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to take the end and kind of twist it up. And I'm going to again take my Take-A-Pick tool and just push it through. Actually, maybe I don't need it. Nope, I do need it. Hold it there and push it through. And push it through to the other side. You want your ends long enough so you can tie a bow. So we've got that. We'll cut it off about there. And I'm going to tie a nice big bow on the top here. I stamped this heart from the Lots of Heart stamp set. And I want to show you how to do that with the Stamparatus, and I'll go ahead and bring that in. So this is a Stamparatus, and this is an awesome tool to have. I'm going to go ahead and put my stamp down where I want it on my paper. These magnets should hold it down pretty good. I'm going to grab my stamp like that with the top of the Stamparatus, and I'm going to bring in my real red ink and ink up my stamp while it's on there. And you just take your ink and tap it upside down like that. Now I'm going to stamp. I'm going to put pressure on there. Let's pull it up and see what we've got. Now see, that center part there needs to be redone. And I'll go ahead and ink that back up. Let's put it back down. Isn't that cool? It goes right where it should go. And we'll pull this up, and it still could be a little darker in the center there. So I'm going to ink that up some more. And here's that little heart. We're going to take the heart and I'm going to mount it on this heart. Isn't this beautiful with the framing? It looks like lace on it. And I'm going to just glue that on there. So these dies that I used, these are the mini hearts dies that go with the Lots of Hearts stamp set. And they are beautiful. Sorry, they're not very organized in here right at the moment. I love this. And this one. And this is the one I used to die cut the heart out. And if you buy that as a bundle, you would save 10%. So I'm going to take, I've got that mounted on there. I also have a little saying. It says something sweet for someone sweet. And this is from the Valentine keepsake set. That's this one right here. Has some cute sentiments. We're going to take this and pop it up with some dimensionals right on to this. And we'll just put them on here like this. And take the backing off. It has a sticky backing, or it's sticky under the backing. And we're going to put that on the center of our heart. Something sweet for someone sweet. I'm going to take my white baker's twine and make a little bow. I like to double my baker's twine. I just like the look of the bow being doubled. And we'll make a bow here. We'll pull that loop. And if you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit subscribe and then hit the bell, and then you'll be notified when I upload my next video tutorial. I have a blog at stampinnotes.com, and we're going to put a glue dot on the back of this little bow. Here we go, and we'll put him right in the middle there. Something sweet for someone sweet. Now I'm just going to glue this onto my treat box here. And we'll bring in, because these are going to stick out over the edge, you want to kind of keep your glue towards the center of the heart. Like that. And there you go. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Take care, and I will see you next week. Bye.